Okay, alright. Yeah. Just gotta get this to come up with my phone, my YouTube, just so I can get the comment again. What's up? Can you hear me? I think you guys can hear me. I'm not 100% sure. Um, seeing. Um, you can hear me? Okay. Just wanted to make sure because the last time I had a mic on, um, and I didn't really feel like wearing it or going downstairs to get it. But you know, this is not coming up on my phone though, which is kind of bothering me because yeah, I'm attempting to promote this, but it's not coming up on my phone for me to actually send it anywhere. Just I'll let that come up for a minute. Okay, we got 3 people watching, not bad. And I'm not even watching because I usually just watch to see what the chat says because I don't necessarily look at it on my phone. Um, but basically, this live stream is me answering the question: why does Jake Voracek get so much hate? And to be honest with you, I have a couple mixed opinions on this. I mean, I personally love Jake. Great player. Like, I have 93 at the end of my channel for a reason. Um, I love him. Great player. A lot of things that I think he does good. A lot of things I think that people just take out of proportion with him. Um, obviously, yes, he gets hate. He gets lots of hate. He like you should see the many people that hate him on Flyers Twitter, which is why I don't even really go on Twitter anymore because it's kind of just ridiculous with all the things of the hate and all that stuff. It just it's unreal. It's not a good place for Flyers news. I'm really only on it just to promote my stuff. Um, but it is just a mess sometimes. And I mean, honestly, Jake is a guy that he single-handedly puts up so many points, so many like he's had so many good seasons. I mean, he's a fabulous player, and he's struggled a little bit this season, um, and he was kind of just thrown with Couturier, and when he was put with Coots, played unreal, absolutely played unreal. Coots is a guy that I call him like a stick it guy. You could literally just stick him with whoever, plays fine, absolutely plays fine. He got Jake out of a slump. He started to get JVR out of a slump, and they kind of broke up the line and things like that. But I mean, it was just crazy how good Jake was actually playing. And this honestly sucks. Please bear with me here because here it is. Okay, so it just came up on my phone that I'm live. Okay, cool. All right, now I can get this for actually some people to come into this. And also the link in my bio. Gotta throw that on my Instagram just so that people can come and join in. I don't know how long this is going to be, but um, you know, I had someone comment on my Instagram and glad he doesn't get hate. I can't believe you don't realize how much hate Jake gets. That's crazy to me because if you are on Twitter, I know some of you are, some of you aren't, but I mean, it's unreal how much this guy gets hate. It just boggles my mind how much people don't like him. Exactly. He's such a good player, and he does so much for the team. That's what I'm trying to get at. All right. Start streaming 5 months ago. Chat. Okay, cool, cool. All right, let's talk Flyers live stream. Yeah, I'm sorry about this. I'm just trying to make sure it. No, you can actually see. Yeah, so let me just send this link around a couple for some people here and try to get some people in here to support a little bit of conversation. I did this before, um, and it looks like I have one person in here, but still attempting to get more people and things like that into this because I like doing these live streams. At the last time I did this, I think I had like I might have had around 6 or 7 people, which is pretty damn good. I don't expect much, um, but it's whatever. Honestly, I really don't mind as long as we get some good chat, some good questions, and things like that. It's fine by me, and it also saves as a video, which is definitely good because there's so many things, um, you know, that some like I'll do them on Instagram and they don't save. Um, Jake is probably one of the most underrated players in the league. Great hands, vision, hockey knowledge, even a great shot. Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that definitely. Um, I'm not necessarily sure if he's looked at as underrated. I think a lot of people see him as overrated, but I definitely see where you're coming from with that. Um, I don't know if I have him as underrated. I think he's kind of just neutral, but just gets a lot of hate. I don't really think he's overrated. I think he's a great player. Yo, what's up, man? How are you? He is a very very good player in my opinion. I mean, I have 93 down of my channel for a reason, guys. I love this player. He's such a good guy. I mean, and I met him before. There's actually a picture, I believe, of me and him on my Instagram. A couple years ago, he gave me. He actually signed my jersey for him, or he signed my jersey for me. Um, but I mean, even still, like he is just such a incredible human being. I love him. Great guy. And he's just a great player. That's all there is, man. He is a great player. I mean, it's crazy. It is just crazy that this guy gets like so much hate for no reason. I really just don't understand why. I mean, to me, I think a lot of it is because of honestly, I'd have to say it's probably because he's just been here so long. I mean, fans might be tired of him. I feel like. Do you think the contract is worth it? He does get paid a lot, which is, that's everyone now. I mean, Christ, we pay Kevin Hayes so much money. It's like I don't even really look at it like that. I mean, I don't really think the contract matters to for him to get so much hate. I just think it's that he's been here for so long and everyone think he's just a one-trick pony when there's so much more to him and there's so much with him that is just so he's unbelievably to me he's a guy that literally do anything for the team. He's literally put the team on his back sometimes. The year I had um Jake is a very great player. While tracking this season, you could really tell how much better. That is true. Yeah, I think he had a good season defensively. I think he had a great season all around, honestly, and people still hated him for it. I mean, there was a time where he had so many stats like back and forth, and like it was like in this amount of games he had this many points, and he was just unreal, man. And I'm actually going to look at some of these on Twitter now because Jordan Hall, one of my buddies, he works for NBC Philly, but he does a lot of like stat kind of things where he'll go back and like find like this player and like how many games or like things like that. And he had a stat one time. I'm actually trying to find the tweet. Um, it's just unbelievable. And when I say the hate on Twitter, let me just try to pull some of this up because it's like, I mean, there's so much stuff that he gets hate for, and it's just ridiculous. Um, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. He's been very consistent offensively. I mean, his stats this season. Let me look it up. He's had an unbelievable year. Um, let's look here. In 69 games played, he's got 12 goals, 44 assists for 56 points, and he's a plus 14. Last year he was minus 16. He is a great player. Great player. He's so damn good, man. There's so much more with him. He's a really, 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 really solid player. He would have gotten 60 points this season. He's gotten, I mean, throughout really his whole career with the Flyers, he's gotten from 2013-14 on. He had 62 points, 81 14-15. That's his most ever. And he was almost won, I believe, the Hart. Then he lost in like the last like 3 games because Jamie Benn had like 10 points in like 3 games. 15-16 at 55. Then 16-17, 61. Team was horrible. 17-18, 85 points. This is most ever with the Flyers. 18-19, 66 points. This season, 56 with 13 games remaining. He would have gotten at least 60 something points, 65 points probably, maybe a little bit more, maybe close to 70 if he played really good enough. He's at least a 65, 70 point player for the last like 4, from the range of like 60 to 70. He's that range, and he had a real good season. 70. He's like a 60, 70 point player the last like 4 seasons. You can't tell me he's not good. He's a very, very good player. He seems like he's good in the locker room. The one thing is you don't see him a lot with the media and stuff because I would just assume that he curses and sometimes he just doesn't care. But he is just, in my opinion, man, he's one of my favorite players because there's a lot with him. I think there's a lot of things that he does right on the ice that people just don't realize. It's just it just boggles my mind. Yeah, he's not on a lot. Um, he's no Crosby or Oakley, but he has a presence when he's on the ice. He can make a play out of nothing. Yeah, he can, and I've seen him do it many times. I mean, he's a very good player, and I've just always liked him, man. I always liked him because he was such a big guy. He was a very big, and you guys know it too from watching the games. He's a big guy. He's right. You got to be like, I think he's like 6'3", if I'm not mistaken. His actual he's 6'2", but even still, like on skates, it's probably like 6'4", 6'5". But even still, he's a very, very good player. He's good in the corners. He's physical. He wins a lot of puck battles. He's got a good shot. He's a very good passer. He goes hard to the net. He's good on the power play. He doesn't play penalty kill. But you don't have to be a good player. You don't. He's on the power play. He doesn't have to be on the penalty kill too. He's a very good guy. And I've always liked him because to me, he's. I actually got like a funny story about him too, because like I went to a road game in 17-18, Flyers Devils, up in Jersey, and it was warm ups. We only got 2 people in this. That sucks. I'm trying to get some more people in here. Last time, I think we had around 6 or 7. But um, even still, like he was. Oh, I hit one of my videos. I want to click this. Yeah. So it was 17-18. Um, 17-18, and he basically. I gotta lower myself here. I don't want to hear this on my phone. But 17-18. It's warm-ups at the game, and we're sitting there, and I was right where the Flyers came out. Like, this was like where they come out, and then you just see the bench. But the way the Devils Stadium is, you can kind of like see over, but you can like see the ice. There's no glass there, so like you can see like where they come out. There's no like glass up here like how there is at Wells Fargo Center where you can't really see. You can see through, and you can actually hear them on the ice. So this is back when Simmons was on the team that year, and he was like he he was like Simmer because he was calling Simmons for to pass him the puck. He was like Simmer, Simmer. Oh, what the like he got real mad and everything, and then he's like, oh my god, it was hilarious. I turned to my dad, he started cracking up laughing. It was so fun because you can hear them; they were so loud. He was screaming, but he was just he's a funny guy. He's a good player. There's a lot I love about him. I mean, I have his jersey hung up in my room. When he signed it for me. Uh, yeah, that's true. I mean, everyone just gets mad when he shoots. All right, so we got 5 people when he doesn't shoot. It just makes no sense. We got 4 people in here. Not bad, not bad. I'd like to get a couple more. Try to get some more conversation going. We don't have to talk about Jake the whole time either. I kind of just like setting that as a topic of the stream, and then kind of just go into really anything else. So, how are you guys doing? I'm sure this is getting boring and things like that. I've just been trying to pump out as many videos as possible. Um, Doing a lot of different things. If you've noticed, I switched my desk around. I had to move my bed and all that stuff today. Um, so yeah, I moved this all around. Now this is where the desk will be for the videos. You can see behind me now. I'm gonna try to get some more stuff, maybe like up here. I think these walls are a little too blank. Might add some more stuff. Got all this room now. But we'll see what happens. Um, how are you guys doing? Is there anything that you guys been doing, trying to keep yourselves occupied, things like that? I got a lot more cool videos coming out. I got the prospect series, my top 10 prospects. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you would definitely see that. Um, I just miss hockey. I've been going the end of it. Yeah, I know it's crazy. I'm going. Oh, I found. Oh, you found the end. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, dude. There's like nothing really that. There's literally nothing. There's really nothing we can like do at this point. I mean, there's just so much, and everything just gets boring. To be honest, like there really isn't much. It's just crazy. But as I said about Twitter, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Um, that's I really do appreciate that. It's pretty funny. I love how I talk about Flyers Twitter like that, and I'm just like, I'm actually gonna take a picture of this comment because I love that. That's sick. That's awesome. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate that. Um, yeah, I mean, there's only so many like hockey rerun games I can watch, and I feel like NBC's putting the same freaking games on. It's like, oh my god, it's like I've seen this game so many goddamn times. Just put something else on. Makes no sense. That's all right, man. Have a good one. Stay safe, wash your hands, all that stuff. Oh my god, man. If you're open for new topics, what do you think of ghosts? What should we do with them? I've talked about this before. I'm honestly gonna make a video on this. I just want to do a right time kind of thing. I don't just want to like throw it throw it out to throw it out because I have a couple things on my mind that I'm gonna do before that. Um, and honestly, the thing with Ghost, um, I like Ghost personally. I think he's a very good player. There's a lot that I think he does right on the ice. I have two. There's two things about Ghost that some people don't realize. He's not good at defense, and he puts people in the wrong positions. He's done that really his whole career, even when he was good, or when he played better, I should say, because he's still good. When he played better, um, and was able to actually produce like consistently, things like that. Um, you know, to me, Goss Despair is kind of um, like I love Ghost, very good player. I just think his confidence is shot. I've said that before on the podcast. I've said it on here, but I actually have to do a full video about it because it's a very good topic. And there's a lot of people that hate Ghost. I don't necessarily know why, and I don't. I'm not about the idea of just trading Ghost to trade him, and they're not going to do that. That's the thing. They're not going to actually just get rid of him to get rid of him. What's the point of doing that? If you're going to get rid of him, which I think is a mistake, but if you will, or if they do, they have to get something good for him. They have to get some sort of package deal, something good in return, because you cannot just give up a player like that. I mean, we saw how good he played in that Boston game. You cannot tell me he didn't play good in that game. Very good in that game. Very good. Honestly, I just don't see them trading him just to trade him. And whatever report came out about, if they sign Braun, or if the only way they sign Braun is if they trade Ghost, that's so stupid. That makes absolutely no sense. None. None whatsoever. It doesn't make sense. Braun could take a pay cut. Braun could get a pay raise. He could go from 3.8 to 4.5. He could go from 3.8 to like 2.75, 2.5 even 2 million. I mean, it's not like Braun, I just don't get it. Well, I don't even remember who said that or whatever, and I really don't care, because it makes absolutely no sense. Why? Why? It just bothers me because I know it's stupid. I know it's not true, and Ghost was and exactly, he was great in that game. Ghost was so good in that Boston game, unreal. He made a couple plays that reminded me of him back in 14, 15, or no, I'm sorry, 15, 16, and on. Like he was very, very good. You know, and I say 14, 15 a lot because that was the year I had the partial planned season tickets, so I had the 12 games. But it was just crazy, man, crazy. But I think I ended up going to 17 games that season. 16 home games, one away game. Really, really cool. Um, but I mean, it's crazy. It really is, man. I really don't know. I really, really don't know what they're going to do. Now, I am not the GM, so whatever Chuck Fletcher wants to do, he can do. That's fine. But I can't control anything. Obviously, they have a plan in their mind with what they're going to do and things like that. But in my opinion, Ghost is a good player. I would not just get rid of him to get rid of him. If you're going to get rid of him, which I think is dumb, because he's got a lot of value to him. Yes, I see him. Obviously, like, yeah, he gets played 4.5 million to be a sixth, seventh defenseman. But when you have such a good defensive core, that's just how it works. I mean, they pay Justin Braun 3.8 right now to be a third pair D man. What's the difference? Like, what's the difference? The fact that you're paying him $700,000 more? Come on. Um, and they're not just going to terminate his contract or do whatever with it. It just makes absolutely no sense. And the thing is, too, is that, guys have taken Ghost's spot because they've played better than him. Phil Myers has played better than Shane Gostisbehere. Um, Robert Hagg has honestly played better than Ghost. Um, 340 games, he's 199 points for a D-man. Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. And there's people that think that they should like go back. Uh, I've seen things where they should change Provorov on the first unit and put Ghost back. The only reason that power play struggled was because they didn't shoot enough, and Ghost just wasn't as good anymore. He was the reason why that power play was so damn good for that like I believe it was like 2 seasons. It was like pretty really good. Really, Ghost and Simmons were the only reasons that power play was that good. Um, and honestly, I think Provorov's a lot better than Ghost on it. I mean, you can call it lucky, you can call it whatever with Provorov, but I think Provorov just does a better job. And, they're not going to just put Ghost on a unit to put him up there. Like, they have things set in their mind, and they're just not going to change. They're not just going to change it to change it. There has to be a legitimate reason. The legitimate reason they changed it from Ghost to Provorov was because it wasn't working. And do you take your four forwards off? Hell no. You take your defenseman, whoever it is. You put someone back there. They're not. Yeah. So let's. They're not going to take off Giroux. They're not. Obviously, they're not taking off G. Voracek. Who was? Oh, I can't remember who was in front. The power plays changed so much. Um, but one of the games I was at, the power play, they took Ghost off in like the second period, and I think they put Provorov on. They're not just going to change it. They're not just going to change it to change it. There has to be a legitimate reason, and there is no legitimate reason for them right now. I just don't see it happening. It's just not. It's not needed. It's not needed. Oh yeah, I know. When I saw his first goal, I saw when I went to the game versus Los Angeles. Excuse me. Oh, we only got two people in here, man. This stinks. Had a lot of more people last time. Let's see if I can get some more. How long are we going on here? 20, almost half an hour. Not bad. Doesn't really matter though. I mean, it comes up again as a video. I'm sure people will go in and watch and things like that. I like to do these for around like 45 minutes to like an hour. I think that's pretty good. I mean, it's a live stream. That's the thing. I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter how long you gotta be in here, things like that. It doesn't matter to me if you guys don't have to stay the whole time. It doesn't really bother me. I just like having some more people, just questions wise. I kind of run out of things to talk about when there's really no questions. That's all, and people like saying stuff in the chat. But along those lines, man, no problem with me. I like doing this stuff. Always have. People, there we go. We got a new person here. All right, cool. We got 3 people. Oh man, when if the season returns, how would you like it to return? Um, Very good question. Haven't even really thought about it. And I know that sounds really weird, but honestly haven't because I think it'll happen, but it's gonna be so weird to tell. Um, I mean, it's just season returning. I don't know. I don't know how I'd want it to be. I haven't thought of it. I just haven't because honestly, I think it'll return, but it'll be months before we see hockey again. Months. That's the thing. What is there to think about? I honestly, I think it'll come back. Excuse me. I think it'll come back. I just don't know how. I don't know when. There's so many what ifs for it to happen to come back. I mean, it's just crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Haven't really thought of it. Um, there's so many what ifs behind it, and it's like What are they going to do? How are they going to come back? It's crazy. It's crazy to think of what they're actually going to do. I mean, I really don't know. None of us know, honestly. Um, it's crazy. It really is. But honestly, um, I think I mean we're around a half an hour here. I think I'm going to end this one. It saves again as a video. I'm not really worried. Um, honestly, I think I'll in the next couple of days, I'll definitely do something like this again. But I thank you to the few people that I had come in this and talk. I really do. I like doing these. I really do. They're very fun. It's just sometimes when you don't get a lot of people, it just gets boring. And that's frankly, kind of what it is right now. I mean, I only got two people in this, so I think I'm just going to end it here. We've been going for like we're at 31 minutes right now. So again, I thank you guys for coming on in and keep following me on like Instagram and things like that if you do not already. It's Flyers. It's just the same thing as my YouTube Flyer Mania 93 on Instagram. And I've been doing a bunch of stuff on there. As I just said, I got a bunch of new videos and ideas coming out in the next few days or so. Honestly, might start to work on a video that I have, and I honestly could upload it in a little bit if I wanted. I have so much time in my hands, it's not even funny. Don't know when I'm going to upload it, but again, thank you guys for joining this one. And this is the second Let's Talk Flyers live stream that I'll be doing, or that the second one, you know what I mean. But even still, I have a few more that I want to do. So again, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys again soon.